What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to OnlyLeedsBros. Hope everybody is keeping and doing well. Happy Friday. The weekend is officially here. Good bit to get stuck into today, so we won't hang around. We'll check in with the brother first, and then we'll crack straight on into it. Dillo, how are you?
You said it yourself. Friday. Now I am working Sunday. Boo. But sure, look, it is what it
Has
is.
to be done.
Other than that, though, yeah, good. After this, the Mrs. Jody is actually putting the baba to bed, and then she's gonna go up the motorway like an absolute lunatic. Put the car in sport mode to get me a dirty, lovely Chinese. I'm gonna sit back, relax, put the feet up, and watch a few of other Leeds content creators for the evening. And
Lovely.
that's that.
Sounds like a great evening. We'll check in with a few people who have popped in to say hello to us. The man himself, Sean Healy, says, let's go is right. Healy a tart. He's not a tart. Big Ange has been sacked. That is going to be a talking point, so stick around for that. Myself and Dylan will give our thoughts, and we want your thoughts on it as well. Amy Clark says, hey. Michael Pollard is in the building. Big up, Michael. Hope you're keeping well, brother. Says, good evening, Michael. Hope you're keeping well. Farkio, Andy, I knew you'd be the one to say it. I knew of everybody he would be the one to say it. Stephen Bourne is here. Says, all right, lads, good evening, Stephen. Hope you're keeping well, pal. Guy location, Solomon stays in Leeds and left. Probably Marco Silva is the new gaffer. We've heard Thomas Frank, so we'll see. How's the breakfast club with old folks? And Solomon is in Spurs. I think so as well. So a few bits to get into. We're going to speak about Solomon first of all, and obviously it's reported today that he has said that he wants to stay and fight for his place at Spurs. We've obviously all heard the news as well that Ange Postecoglou has been sacked at Spurs as well. For me, I think that this means Solomon does stay at Leeds. We know Ange wasn't keen on him last season, was happy enough to let him go. And I think now any manager that comes in will be happy to have a look at Manor Solomon. So putting me head on the chopping block here, but I'm probably 99.9% sure that Manor Solomon won't be coming to Leeds. A couple of rumours today as well that Joe Pirro has moved into his house and stuff like that as well. So for me, I thought it was very unlikely that we would get Solomon back anyway. It had a bit of the Ben White vibes off it for me. And it's true what you say, just never fall in love with a lone player. So, Dylan, where's your head at with this one? Obviously, everything that's kind of came out today. And do you still think Leeds have a chance of getting Solomon, or do you think move on?
Well, we never know until they sign the dotted line. I wouldn't put it out of question just yet. But what I will say, it doesn't look good. Especially with Big Ange getting the sack. For me, though, Solomon, Dan, you kind of said it to yourself. I'm not going to fall in love with a player. Don't get me wrong, you have to give him 10 out of 10. He had a phenomenal season, scored the winning goal to crown us champions. And we don't forget them things. So, yeah, look, I think us as Leeds fans, me personally as well, need to get out of this, dreams and reality phase and, kind of thinking that the love is still there, that he's going to come back. At the end of the day, the club is always going to prep up players, make, that they're never going to leave, they're the best players in the world, sort of narrative, which... Yeah. Lucas is the right way to do it, but I'm not going to be too beat up about it. At the end of the day, you said it yourself, Ben White. I really thought Ben White would have been to come back to Leeds. Didn't. And then, people are probably going to say the same about Joe Rodwell, that they want, like a lot of people I've seen on Twitter want them to come back to Leeds. And look, unfortunately, it's the way it goes in the world. So, it could have been a similar situation to Joe Rodon last season. He could have turned around and said the same thing. He wanted to fight for his place under Ange when he, So at the end of the day, it's just one of them things. I'm not going to be beat up about it. He's a pure quality player. Is there better out there? Yeah. Will we get someone better? Possibly. We'll just keep going. At the end of the day, what would you say? The downfall of it is Leeds now have to go back to the drawing board, and obviously they have lined up wingers. Yeah, so we can go from there, but I wouldn't be, I'm not going to sit and cry in the room. Like, don't get me wrong, if Tanaka was leaving tomorrow, I'd be sobbing like a little girl. But
I'll say that you have Sean Healy on edge.
Other than that, no. And like, don't get me wrong, I'd still say yeah, but I'm not too beat up about it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Guy says Solomon in Spurs. Sorry, yeah, I think he's gone. Danny is in the building. Hope you're keeping well, pal. Smash a like and subscribe, says Danny. Please do so. Approaching that 3K mark, so very, very much appreciated. We lost Solomon, I think so as well. I think this more or less puts it to bed that Solomon won't be returning back to Leeds United. Hopefully, Jack Harrison isn't allowed back to play for Leeds. Yeah,
see, that's the thing now, though, isn't it? Let's be honest. Like the 49ers, they could kind of pull two strings here with this. You know, are we going to sell Harrison and take the risk of trying to find a better player, a better position to replace Solomon, or are they going to stick to Jack Harrison? You know, that could be a bit of a meltdown. You know, you have to look at it from that perspective. But if they had any right, try and get Solomon. If they can't, move on. But definitely 110% get rid of Jack Harrison. I don't want to see him in a Leeds jersey ever again.
Absolutely no. Sid is in the building. How are you, Sid? Hope you're keeping well, pal. Michael Pollard says Solomon PE, best of luck to the chap, memories forever. And that's it, Dylan. And the reason why I kind of want, I'm not sitting here going, oh well, you know, well off your pot then, do you know what I mean? If you don't want to come to Leeds, you know, about sports. It's not like that. I actually have like complete admiration for Manor Solomon. I think it was a big risk for him dropping down to the championship. We said it at the time with his injury criteria, what he had. If he came down to the championship and it didn't work, it obviously would have lowered his value for sport. So his career was really on the line coming down to Leeds United, and it could have went either way, and it obviously went the way that he wanted to. He gave his all for Leeds United, pulled us out of some sticky situations, and then none other the goal then to win the championship for us. So he'll go down in Leeds history forever, absolutely forever. But there's many times we watch that goal back, and yeah, he might return to Ellen Road next season with Spurs, and we'll kind of see what reception he gets then. But I think for me, the way it's came out today, he's obviously given his thoughts that he wants to stay at Spurs and fights for his place. That more or less says to me he does want to be in London, and then Ange being sacked as well, a new manager's going to want to have a look at all the players, so that would probably delay that process then, you know, as well. So yeah, an interesting one. Rusty Tin Can is here as well. Go check out Rusty Tin Can on YouTube, guys. Some brilliant videos what he has there. Totally different from what's going on in the Leeds Fair at the minute with transfers and stuff like that. So you're looking for something fun, light-hearted, go check out Eddie over and Rusty Tin Can. Absolutely quality stuff over there, and deserves a lot more subscribers. So make sure you get across and check Eddie out. Just think it could be Harrison in his place.
Yeah, right, Danny.
The last time obviously we spoke about this, Danny, when we spoke transfers. When we speak about it, was last Monday, wasn't it? Monday, Tuesday, we spoke about it. I got thinking about the whole Harrison situation, and there was a part of me kind of thinking that Fark might try and integrate into the squad if there is kind of no suitors. But then I think Fark puts his back against the wall with the owners trying to bring Harrison back in. Like, I might be wrong, but I think he might get a lot more stick dealing to you than what the likes of Aronson got, what Volbers got. Just the way he kind of handled everything with his mum. He publicly came out on Everton interview as well with the club, turning around saying that he wanted to be at Everton and a part of their future of the new stadium and stuff like that. So for me, it's a massive no-no for Harrison, and for me, he should be the first to be announced to go wherever, whether it's an undisclosed fee, just sign him off, don't bother even coming back to training. That's kind of what way I look at it with Harrison anyway.
Just lock up top arch, don't let him in.
Yeah, 100%. Stephen Bourne says, always be grateful for everything that Solomon did for us last season. I would love him back, but we have to move on quickly and identify other targets. And I think that's it in a complete nutshell for me, and I couldn't have said it any better. We're Leeds United lads, and as much as, you know, we fall in love with players, there's no player that's ever played for Leeds United that is bigger than Leeds United Football Club, and we do have to move on fairly quickly. We can't let Manor Solomon hold back our transfer window, because we need to get this right, so we can't hang our hat on one player. And I'm sure the 49ers are smooth operators as well. I'm sure they've other targets.
Smooth operator.
You can't fall in love with it.
That's a chill.
100%. I fell in love. There's no shame in that. He was amazing. The Leeds, all fine
100%.
falling in love with him, mate, 100%. But it's one of them things we kind of just have to move on.
I
think the older you get as well with support Leeds. I always remember when players used to leave Leeds years ago, that I loved. They used to really take a bad. Like Alan Smith was the first one when he went to Scum. Like, that really done me in for days. Then Boyram, when Boyram left as well. So a couple of players that leave the club that you're kind of down about. But then it's like the older you get, you look at the bigger picture. The football club will always be there. So yeah, it's one of them things. John Pepper says, good evening, buddy. Evening, John. Hope you're keeping well, pal. Callum LUFC Passion, go check him out. Also says, hello boys, hope you're doing well. You too, pal, hope you're keeping well. Haven't chatted to you in a while. What else we got here? Would love to jump on once again. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, we're just going to try and make this one as quick as we possibly can. So give us your thoughts on Manor Solomon, guys, and we're going to move on to the next one then. Solomon, he'll never have a season like he did at Leeds. Hope his career kicks on like it, and he should. Yeah, 100%. If he keeps himself fit, for me, he's definitely like a European footballer dealing with you. Like whether it's in Champions League, whether it's in Europa League, he's that caliber of player, Dylan, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Like, and he's still young as well at the end of the day. And hopefully the injuries don't kind of concern him. You know, at the end of the day, the Championship is a hard hitting league. You know, it's gruesome. It's so many games, and to be fair, he pulled through it. So going back into the Premier League, hopefully he takes that quality and maturity and goes into the Premier League with the same kind of aspiration to what he went to Spurs for in the first place. But lads, I wouldn't rule it out either. You know, look, at the end of the day, we don't know. We don't know anything. You know, we're going to just see all these rumours. You know, I actually started to see photos of the new, the home kit that's meant to be leaked. And, you know, you just don't know. And to be honest with you, I'm one of them type of person that when I see Leeds putting it out or it's from a good source, then I'll start to kind of believe it. You know, that kind of way. So we'll wait and see, lads. We'll wait and see.
Yeah. El says here, I like Solomon, but he lacks pace, and you need pace in the Premier League. Also, if Thomas Frank leaves Brentford, they will lose players and they might struggle. Yeah, and Buemo's gone to Scum obviously now as well. So definitely, that's a good shout. It's a good shout, especially if they lose a manager like Thomas Frank. You look at him, Iriola at Bournemouth as well. They're doing great jobs there, and you feel like if they kind of lose them, who kind of at the forefront of the football club and driving the football club, it'd be a massive loss for Brentford. But then you don't know what the recruitment's going to be like, whether they can, you know, unlock a gem as well from across Europe. So you're just not too sure. AO's out, so I'm really, really looking forward to seeing AO in the Premier League, Dylan. Do you know that? I love the way Michael says his little subject. See where he's about to say Solomon and he talks about Harrison. It really kind of lets you know what you're talking, because sometimes you can be speaking about totally different players and then someone will write something in and you're not really too sure if you're speaking about that. So I love what Michael's doing here anyway to let us know who he was talking about. Fair play to you, Michael. Moving on to another link as well, Leeds United, and it's came up again, and it's one that I'm probably a fan of. And if you've watched OnlyLeedsBros, I'm one of them that I keep saying experience. I think it's going to be absolutely massive for Leeds United in the Premier League, as well as quality, but I think this squad needs experience, and that is Thomas Souček from West Ham United has popped up again, Dillo. You weren't too keen on this, Dylan, the last time we talked about Thomas Souček. It's popped up again. For me, it feels like there is something in this. What do you think of this one now? Are you still kind of, no, we can go get better, or are you warm to the idea?
I think at the start, I was kind of saying, you know, someone with that kind of experience and, you know, can do a job. And look, at the end of the day, Souček can, but as I said, I'm all over it now. But at the time, it was, you know, I just seen other links and etc. I said I'd rather him over him, etc. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I don't mind once Leeds and the 49ers do the right job and the right way of spending money. You know, you said it there a while ago and it really kind of hit me. You know, you don't want Leeds going out spending mad money on one player expecting that he's going to, you know, just get us by the line. We don't want that. We want to build a team. We want to build a team that's going to fight for every position in this league for the next, 100 years. Because I don't want to see that championship ever again. Ever again. Don't want to look at it. I don't even want to smell it.
Matty from Imagine Up in Leeds in, he says, boys, lads, please, after this video, please go check out Matty's video on Gary Speed. It's a tribute, a brilliant song to Gary Speed. It's absolutely quality. Make sure you have a couple of tissues, because Matty spent a lot of time on working this one out, lads. He's been working on this for weeks, so go check it out. Brilliant tribute to Gary Speed, just in time as well for the Square Ball lads doing their walk from Newcastle to Ellen Road as well this week. I know Joe B and Joe Wayman at the Just Show Football Show is taking part in that as well. So the perfect time to bring it out. So go check it out. It is for charity as well. Any money that is raised is going to go to Andy's Man Club as well. So make sure you do go check that out. It's absolutely brilliant. And top lad, Matty, absolutely brilliant for.
Lads, I listened to that song about 3 or 4 times on the way home. Like full on. Honestly. I even rang Matty to like really cry to him to say that was a beautiful song that he wrote. So lads, definitely check it on.
And then Sean Healy says, also Frank Counter Spurs could benefit us next season. Yeah, could. You think that could be the obvious one, Sean, but then you just don't know what type of manager do you get. You could go out there and, pick off an Areola and a manager that comes in and hits the ground running in the Premier League. But you'd like to think on paper with Thomas Frank going there, losing a couple of players, you'd put them down as that they're going to drop a little bit. But we'll see what happens. Stephen Bourne says, Souček a big yes from me. Definitely. I'm definitely on board with Souček, lads. Premier League experience. Souček is better than Gruev. 100% agree with that. Can't disagree with that at all. Check out Matty's channel, this class. Yeah, go do that, lads. Please go help out Matty. Yeah, cracking video and song from Matty, you legend. Great work into it. Spot on, we will thrive in the Premier League where we will belong. Guy Location did ask up here, I actually want to pull it up. He said, any news about a goalkeeper? Not as of yet, buddy. Not that I've heard since we started the stream. Obviously, with this transfer, don't.
I'm on the wind up.
It's always, I'm always looking at a goalkeeper. For me, I think I've said it numerous times that I think the goalkeeper position for me is the one that Leeds United. It's the most vital and the most important for me going up to the Premier League.
100%.
Can't see Mez between the sticks. Would be a little bit reluctant to see Darlow. There's obviously been so much conversation as well, Guy, about Queven Kelleher. We know he's gone to Brentford. There's been talks about Nick Pope. He said he's staying at Newcastle. And now there's Aaron Ramsdale now as well. There's a lot of people against the thought of Aaron Ramsdale. I wouldn't be completely against it because he's better than what we have, in my opinion. Is it what we want? Possibly not. But it just depends. Depends who's there. A good goalkeeper at this level.
I think Aaron Ramsdale will be the man. I'm being honest with you. I think he's been chucked back and forward, if I'm being honest. Like, at the end of the day, I'd obviously seen something in him when he signed up for Arsenal.
Good location says Marco Silva. I think it's between Marco Silva and Thomas Frank, but we'll see what way that one goes. Imagine being
anyone
goes to Brentford and he finishes higher than Spurs. Yeah, probably that. Yeah, could exactly be it, Danny. And he'll be snapped up, lads. Ange will be absolutely snapped up as well.
I like Ange.
We'll listen to the song 3 times and cry 3 times. I'm just gonna bring it straight into it and bring the elephant in the room. So obviously, Big Ange has been sacked. And within the space of 10 minutes, I go on Twitter and I've already seen loads of Leeds fans saying, get him in, get him in, get him in. Dylan, this is obviously going to be a sticky situation because I certainly don't want Daniel Farke to lose his job. But is there, and take this with a pinch of salt, lads, is there a conversation there to be had? If Ange Postecoglou is possible, what do you think the club should do? And will the 49ers have the balls to do it?
Me personally, Daniel Farke deserves a shot at this. And that's my statement. Going back to Ange, you know what I think of Ange. I love Ange. I really do. I love his football. I love everything he stands for. I think he's a pure lunatic on the training ground. We've seen that in previous videos, what I've seen on Twitter, etc. And you know what? He everything that he says, he kind of backs up. He did say in the second season he will win a trophy. Spurs haven't won trophies, lads.
Yeah.
He's done it. You have to give him 10 out of 10. Like, don't get me wrong, that clown McGregor, everything he said, he backed up. Similar to what, I know it's a completely different sport, but what I'm trying to get at is, and for me, he kind of walks the walk and he talks the talk. But I wouldn't be, like, if the 49ers do that, that's madness. Daniel Farke deserves a shot at this, regardless of the outcome, whether we get relegated, whether we stay up, whether we scrape it. Don't get me wrong, we scrape it next season and the 49ers go back to the drawing board and say, here, look.
But do you think, my question is, Dylan, right? So, I'm trying to think of this subjectively and take my Leeds hat off and put a bit of context in it, right?
Okay.
You've got a manager out there like Ange Postecoglou, we know he's successful up in Glasgow. Whatever you think of the Glasgow Leaf, he wins trophies. He's won Spurs' first trophy, a European trophy, for the first time in 17 years. Right, granted, what he's done in the league has been horrendous, but when you look at the cards he's been dealt this season with a lot of injuries, a lot of youth there. I thought going into the season, I genuinely thought Spurs were going to keep on, kind of see how it goes in the first couple of games. But my question to you is, right, taking off your Leeds hat, taking away what Farke has done, if you look at both of them as managers, if you think Ange or Farke, who do you think is the better manager?
When I get clipped for this, haven't I?
It's a conversation to have. Look, I'm not saying I want it to happen, but it's all over Twitter. You have everyone saying Leeds, it's the elephant in the room.
If Leeds were promoted, or Leeds were promoted, whatever it may be, and there was 2 managers there, and one of them was Daniel Farke and Ange Postecoglou, I would pick Ange Postecoglou. And that's me, just as I said, from watching them when he managed Celtic to obviously now at Spurs. As I said, I still like his football.
Yeah.
to a certain degree, he kind of reminds me similar to what Bielsa done. He might be losing 6-0. He ain't shutting up shop. He's got to keep going with the attack. So I like that. Like, I think it's old school as well. He's the type of manager that just old fashioned, let two teams go at it, and he doesn't back down. But as you said, take the hat off and putting it back on. And as you said, yeah, see, I told you. As you said, I'm putting the Leeds hat back on. As a humanity right way of doing it. Daniel Farke to say, "There's a crack at this." And
it's good. It's good to see people's opinions though, because this can obviously be very like one of them where people go, "Oh, they want Farke sacked," and it's not.
No.
I'm just bringing up a conversation, a healthy debate, because it is all over social media that people are saying, "Sack Farke, get him out." So let's just get the elephant out of the room. Michael Pollard says here as well, and second, this is a lesson for the 49ers. We can't have a repeat of late subs. On the touchline, lack of rotation, playing knackered, injured players. Let's see how it goes. Joe Blackburn is here as well. He says the Ange second is kind of stupid, to be honest. He still had the dressing room. He won a trophy, and he had the fans on side. Morons. Yeah, perfectly. But
that's
it's
that
a
Daniel
head
Levy
scratcher.
fella. He hasn't a bleeding braze, that fella.
But I think for me, Dylan, like, what harm was it in waiting? He was just after winning a trophy, and then for me, that would have galvanised the players. They're back in Europe again next season, so you're gonna get players there who are gonna want to come and play for Spurs.
Of course, yeah.
Sacking them for me was absolutely crazy.
Well, I can see there being a meltdown.
Danny says Farke for me. Ange is better than Farke.
Yeah, he is. I agree. I 100% agree.
But I do want to see Farke get the job. I have the feeling, and we spoke about this so many times, that if it doesn't go right for Daniel Farke in the first couple of games, I have a feeling that the 49ers are going to be trigger happy. And then by that time, then you could have a really, really good manager, in my opinion, like Ange, that is going to be picked off by one of the big clubs. I genuinely believe that, or he'll be back in the Premier League or somewhere across Europe. Eddie says from Rusty Tin Can, is this minions and opinions? Always minions and opinions, but he always will be on OnlyLeedsBros. Always will be open, healthy conversations,
And
all positivity. And slagging Dillo is right. Yeah, Dillo is getting clipped up, is right. Luke has a good one here. He says, for now, we need a bit of control and calm. Ange Ball is very aggressive, and we don't need that right now.
No, we don't. Yeah, no, he's 110% right. You know, as I said, you just said to me, who would you prefer if you had this and this before seeing what we've seen in the past? I would go for Ange, but Daniel Farke's fine. He's done the job, but he came here to do, and he deserves a crack at it.
Yeah, 100%. I was only bringing up a healthy conversation. We'll get through a couple of lads' feedback as well. Joby says, after going full focus on Europe rather than the league, he was after a trophy. I believe that as well. Hey Sean. Dean Bourne says, for me, Farke deserves his chance 100% end of. Good point. And second, Levy is no mug. He's well aware of 3 promoted teams have saved clubs from dropping out, and the amount of money that would have been lost. Yeah, Daniel Levy's one of them. He's a businessman.
Sometimes though, me personally, you know, at the end of the day, I know he's lost loads of money, but man, it's the first time the club has won a trophy in whatever how many years. You have to be looking at that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The fans then be on your side. You've got this man in. That's what we like to see, lads. We don't care about the money. We do to a certain degree, but it's trophies.
Do you remember that rhetoric, Joe, at the start of the season? Subs are too late. He's making subs too late. Dylan, you're one of them. Why is he making subs? Blah, blah, blah. Like, the amount of times he made subs and it impacted the game and won us the game. So, yeah.
70th minute when you're losing.
You're always whinging now. You always whinging.
Bringing them on, like.
Might imagine not being Leeds. Says, thanks for the shout out, lads. Really appreciate it. Love you. No problem at all, buddy. All Leeds, aren't we? Andrew says this Ange second should not allow the destabilisation of Leeds and Farke's situation. Yeah, but you've seen it online, buddy. So it's definitely a topic to talk about. Chain myself to Tanaka, so I can't go 100%. No. DV4 LUFC says evening, lads. Evening, buddy. And Jamie says, I love Jamie Dodger and a cup of tea. Says, OLB, thanks for popping in, Paul. Hope you're keeping well. I'd give Farke 10 games. I want a minimum of 3 wins. We need a decent start, 100%. At 49ers, we'll be looking at the start.
3 wins? I was thinking 5.
7 out of 10.
I was being greedy.
Luke B says 22 losses in the Prem is bad, though. I guess it is bad. It is bad. And let's be honest, if you didn't win that, it's in a horrendous season for them. And Scum as well. Let's not forget Scum have had a bad season as well. I'm far keen, but if the 49ers did get rid of him, I'd approach Nuno at Forest. He might walk after the incident on the pitch with the chairman. Yep, very, very good shout as well. Keep talking like that, Dillo, and I'm making a YouTube channel to call your opinions out. That actually, there might be something in that, Joe. I don't think anyone in the space does that. Late subs, you only sing when you're winning. Lol, very good. Right, lads, as I said, this stream, we had a lot to get into as well. As many of you may know, or some of you may not know, myself and Dylan has put our two brain dead noggins together and tried to come up with something a little bit different for you guys. We know the Leeds United YouTube space is dominated of match build-ups, watch-alongs, match reactions, transfer news, X, Y, and Z. So myself and Dylan have been absolutely racking our brains, and obviously with the help of Joe B, Jer Lynch, and a lot of other Leeds content creators, Matty from Imagine Not Being Leeds, we came up with an idea of bringing you guys a Saturday morning show called The Whites Wake Up. A little bit of a Soccer AM, League of Their Own sort of vibe, where it's just going to be about Leeds United solely. So we hope you enjoy it. It is out. It does premiere tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. We set it as a premiere because we want to see your guys' first reaction at it. So we'll come up like it's live, but it's not actually live. But myself and Dylan will be in the comments as well to have a chat with you guys as it goes along. And we do want all your feedback, whether it's constructive, whether it's positive. We want to hear it all, guys, because we do want it to make it as big as we possibly can. So we have a couple of clips here that we want to show you. This is just like a little teaser, so let us know what you think, and then have a big reveal then as well, who will be joining us on the Whites Wake Up as well. So we'll crack on with this.
Bye, my lover. Bye, my friend. Belly on me.
Let's make this one official. Our first ever Whites Wake Up. You love Leeds United, this is the place for you.
You look like you play it as a charity. That's actually very good.
Leeds or lies?
Leeds or lies. Johnny Alioski, Leeds United legend, has a pet parrot called Pablo.
No.
Yeah.
Probably the closest one of the lot.
Oh.
All right, it's time to pull you out of your misery. Crack.
So that is a little bit of a teaser tomorrow, guys. Plenty more in it. It's about 20 minutes long. Very light-hearted, good bit of crack, and very much Leeds United focus. So we do hope you enjoy it. As I said, that does premiere at 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll be in the chat to get all your guys' feedback. And Elle says, can you do soccerettes? Yes, that is in the pipeline. Yes, we will be doing soccerettes, and we know that's 2025 and that to women and blah, blah, blah. It's soccerettes, but it's soccerettes with a little bit of a twist. So, yeah, that's all I'm saying. So, we'll go a bit in the pipeline over the next coming weeks that we do have planned as well. And then I also have an announcement as well. We're going to be joined by a person that's became a very, very good pal of myself and Dylan that has decided to join us at the Whites Wake Up. We're very, very excited to have him on board. He's going to have his own segment on the channel where he'll bring you everything to do with his life that week. He'll bring you jokes, he'll bring you poems, he'll bring you a little bit of singing and a little bit of banter. So I'm going to play this one for you and let us know what you think. He is going to be joining us on the Whites Wake Up.
It's the wink at the end that gets me
Absolutely brilliant. So we will be joined by none other than Sean Healy, well known in the Leeds United YouTube space. He is going to be joining us on the channel. He'll have his own little segment where he'll bring you absolutely anything that he wants it. I've given him the free roll. I've obviously told him you need to make sure you keep it legal. But but Sean will have his own little bits. He'll tell us how his week is going and anything that he feels. So yeah, really, really looking forward to it. So yeah, Sean is there in the chat. He's very, very happy with it. I think we got to play it for you guys again. We'll have to play it one more time, Dylan. What do you think?
What's the wink? What's the wink?
Just in case you missed it, we'll go it again. It's absolutely brilliant. So fair play to Sean from So we're going to put this thought to him to see what he think. And all you know, Sean, he was absolutely anything to help out Leeds content creator. I'm trying to get that clip together for me to turn around and say to another man, can you send me a picture of you blowing kisses and wiping your hair and giving us a wink was a little bit strange, but we tried to keep it as professional as we possibly could. So I hope you guys are excited about it. We are as well. So we get you a couple of comments and get a little bit of feedback from you guys. The legend that is Sean Healy. Face only a mother would love. Brilliant. Johnny's sitting in the sitting room looking at him. He's great. Absolutely great. Good old Sean says, Jammy, absolutely love it. Getting all the love here now, Sean, buddy. Very excited people to see this. Give me the free reign. It's pure madness. I know. I might live to regret this. OnlyLeedsBros might not exist after I've given Sean free reigns. But as I said, you do whatever you want to do. I'm billing you lads for therapy. I love making this all feel a little bit uncomfortable. Soccerettes with a twist. Are we talking Dillo in a dress? Maybe something along them lines. Yeah, so it'd be a nice little twist on it. Something that's not going to get us in trouble or offend anyone. Obviously, we don't want to be doing that on OnlyLeedsBros. So yeah, a little bit of a light-hearted twist will be on it. Thoughts on Lennon Miller being in talks? To be honest with you, DV4, don't pretend to know too much about him. I have seen a couple of the channels roll with it. Haven't seen real kind of credible links behind it, so I don't know too much about it, buddy. We just have to obviously wait and see what happens over the next couple of weeks. And of course, we won't be signing anyone until July the 1st anyway. It doesn't mean talks aren't going to be ongoing with the football club. It just means we can't officially make an announcement. Stephen Bourne says, Sean, the legend. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Can we have Dylan in a wedding dress for the Soccerettes? Dylan is the nominator for the Soccerettes. Don't worry about that, lads.
I'm like the grumpy version of the Leeds, or like Roy Keane, isn't it? And then just everyone just take the piss out of me, literally.
Absolutely, that's what we do. No chance Harrison is starting for Leeds. Ramazani will start in front of him. Yeah, has to for me.
100%.
Has to for me.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever got the ick before. Brilliant. Sent it to you, Mike McGrath on a DM. Cheers. I'll take a look at that, buddy, straight after the stream. Really appreciate it. Anything like that, any links, lads, please feel free to send us onto our DMs or read them also. Yeah, really appreciate it.
And lads, any ideas that you think be funny as well for the show, certain segments, feel free. As I said, we want to do this for you, so we're not controlling it to a certain degree. We are, but also user with your opinions and what way. So
what way it goes, yeah, 100%. Things to do for you two nutters, I know, buddy, but you enjoy it, you love it, you absolutely love it. Dr. Cox says, get Jer on with a week too. Hopefully Jer will be joining us somewhere down along the line. I've asked him before we even announced this, his opinion on it. He's very much behind it, very much backed us, so hopefully we can get him on. We will do a weekly sporting challenge as well. We hope Jared joins us along on that. So yeah, exciting times here on OnlyLeedsBros. Dylan, how much are you looking forward to tomorrow at 10 a.m. so the people can see what we've been up to this week?
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it. At the end of the day, it's something different. It's something for me, you know, as I said at the start when we started this back in August, I'm not the type of person to delve in and be very serious. So I have to joke to a certain degree. Don't get me wrong, I get mad. But I mean, this is what it's all about. I want to make people happy. And if I'm doing that with 25 people in here, that means the world. If there's 2 people in here, it wouldn't matter. You know, Danny, the legend, he was the only one in at one stage.
Yep.
We're making that man happy and it means the world to do that. So thanks to everyone. And as I said, get your opinions across in what ways you want to come across. But I'm loving it, absolutely loving it. And this is where you'll see me and Darren for the real.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe Blackburn says, if you lads want to get a bit of time with the charity match to film, we've got the pitch. Do you know what, Joe? What is mad? Because I was actually only thinking about this today. Obviously, all the Leeds United content creators there, so I was thinking about obviously doing bits with other people and getting them on and doing a couple of challenges and stuff like that. So really appreciate that. I hadn't got the chance to come around and asking you the question yet because I know you've been absolutely flat out. So really appreciate that. So we will definitely take you up on that offer, buddy. Definitely. Getting Jer on a Legends deal after the Creator Cup. Yeah, pay as you player. Yeah. Pay as you kick, more like. Do not forget as well, lads, about the Leeds Creator Cup taking place on the 20th of July in the John Charles Centre for Sport. All your favourite Leeds United content creators will be there, and myself and Dylan. Get your tickets now. They're only £7 for adults, £3 for kids, and link is in the description below. So yeah, go get them. I did hear actually yesterday that there is a girl travelling over from Dubai. I think she was on the Just Joe show, But yeah, it's credible that she's flying over from the boy, so you have no excuses. If you don't live as far as the boy, I'm not taking any sort of excuses. Make sure you get over to Leeds Credit Cup. It's going to be a great day. Tickets are selling fast as well. And I do want to say as well, thanks very much to the channel sponsors, MatchBingo, for sponsoring OnlyLeedsBros. Their link is in the description below there as well. We'll get into a couple of more of the comments. You should 100%, buddy. He will be involved in challenges along the way. Absolutely. We'll come up with suggestions like the word type stuff. Absolutely. So it's going to be obviously your general crossbar challenge, dizzy penalties, red R's, top bins, recreating Leeds United goals, doing drills and stuff like that. Testing
1 second,
our
lads. Sorry.
Force
I'll be
touch.
back in 1 second there. Sorry. 1 second.
Do you know what that is? That's Dylan's takeaway knocking at the door. Exactly what that is. I'd love to see Adrian on the channel again. Top bloke and a great listening. Yeah, 100% Eddie. Adrian's a good pal of ours, good pal of mine, and was a very, very, very good friend of my dad. So Adrian will be on the show again. I was talking to him again recently, and he's definitely up for coming on the show whenever we need him. Maybe when the Premier League season is back, getting him on for maybe a post-match or a pre-match or something like that. But yeah, I've had a good bit of feedback on the interview with Adrian. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you go see that. Man full of absolute knowledge, loves Leeds United. Very easy sort to watch, get you away from the whole transfer business that seems to have everyone's head absolutely fried. So yeah, looking for a bit of a lighter heart one, make sure you do go check that out. Do a crossbar challenge at the Leeds Creator Cup. Yeah, 100%, buddy. If you need any helpers, Joe B, I can give a hand at the match. Yeah, I actually think I told him that. I think I did. Remember the old school crossbar challenge. Need to get the creators to recreate that. An absolute shout. Look, I'd love to see if the lads would be on board with that. We'll obviously need to get all the permissions and stuff like that and get time to record it. But yeah, great idea. Absolutely loving the ideas flying in. Catching you late. Souček gets goals. Definitely defensively. Definitely gets goals and good defensively at set pieces. Not a bad signing if we get him. I think I agree with you there, Paul. I would be happy if Souček came in. Don't know. I don't know about that, Denny. I don't know. I wouldn't avoid drinking on the job. Do you know what I mean? Wouldn't be me. Wouldn't be me doing that. Solomon now staying at Spurs. Yeah, agree, pal. 100%. I was thinking Jackass myself. Yeah, definitely. What's your Chinese order, Dillo? Tell the people.
No, I'm not telling anyone. That's a very secret source. To be honest with you. I go through adventures.
I thought you were just going to say a lot.
Yeah, literally a lot.
Absolutely, Louis. Right, that is it from OnlyLeedsBros. As I said, a bit of a quick video. Make sure you keep your eyes out tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock for the premiere of The Whites Wake Up. Again, give us all your feedback. It's going to be premiering, so we will be in the chat. Looks like it's going to be a live, but it's not a live if you get me. So we will be in the chat. So again, thanks very much for everyone for supporting the channel. We chat you all again very, very soon, and we'll just leave this little exit.
That's me every time, man.
Cheers.
Every time.
So that's it from OnlyLeedsBros. Mind yourselves, mind each other, and we'll chat you all again soon. And we look forward to chatting to you in the morning. Have a good one.